And on a Sunday, my ticket is a one-way. I'm about to play in the sky. I always knew you'd make it one day. Today was such a fun day. And I think that's the first. Got back, I got out, free fly, just the sky and the love.
Yeah. Welcome back to WazzyCircus Radio. A show where I sit down with the most amazing people that I've met in over a decade of professional skydiving. Hey, guys, I have moved the mic back, and I'm still yelling into it. I'm sorry. All right. My guest today is a young buck out of Dallas, Texas. iFLY, Dallas. He's a level 3 instructor in Austin, working on his level 4. The best demo I have ever seen in my life, man. No, there's hands down. Hey, a super fun cat. I want you guys to meet future skydiver, my dog, Elijah Roberson.
What's going on, man? What's going on? I'm glad to be here, Waz. Thank you for having me, man.
No doubt, man. You got 2 tandems.
Oh, yeah, number 2. Yes, sir. 2 tandems. Hopefully here in a couple weeks I'll be coming back down to Austin to start on my A license.
Right on. What were you worried about on your first tandem?
Staying alive.
Yeah, but like, what was it, man? What were your real fears in the morning? Did it start the day before?
So it actually started that morning.
Okay.
The scariest part, honestly, was driving to the drop zone.
Right.
So it's like an hour away, and I was like, I don't know if I can do this.
Right.
So
Put your mic forward just a little bit. Put your mic forward. Yeah.
So I'm driving there. It's about an hour away, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, you know what? I can't do this. I don't know if I can handle it. So I'm like, let me go ahead and turn around. I look at my GPS so I can, find directions home. I'm 3 minutes away from the drop zone.
So you're at the end. You're like, I'm out. Hey, so you go drive by yourself?
Oh, completely by myself.
No shit.
Yeah.
So weren't you a tunnel instructor at the time?
Yes. I was.
Okay. So how long had you been in the tunnel?
Maybe close to a year.
Okay. Is the tunnel so the tunnel is your first exposure to the sport?
It is.
A flight at all?
Yeah.
Skydiving, anything?
Anything of the sort.
So did you go as did you fly at iFLY? How did you find out about iFLY?
So my best friend actually worked there before I did.
Okay.
And that's how I got the job, because he told me that they were hiring instructors. So the first time I had ever been inside the wind tunnel was the day of my interview.
No shit.
Yeah. Oh, I loved it. I loved every minute of it.
So of course he tried to explain what it was. What did he tell you?
So,
how do you explain this to somebody? I want to hear this pitch. So, hey man, you would have come in this thing and.
So, how did my best friend explain it to me? So, I found out that he was actually a tunnel instructor a couple months before I decided to apply, and I saw that and I was like, "You are nuts! There's no way I would get into that."
Right.
But then I took a second look at it and I was like, "That's kind of cool."
Right.
So he was like, "Yeah, I'm telling you, just come up here and apply." And then I kept putting it off for a while. I was like, I was kind of terrified. I was like, I can't do that. But then I was like, you know what? Let's do it. So I uprooted, moved out here. We got an apartment.
What were you doing at the time?
I was doing construction at the time.
Okay.
I'd been doing that for about a year and a half.
And was your buddy a skydiver?
He's not.
So how did he find out about the job?
Just through a mutual friend that worked there.
Okay. And what tunnel was this?
Dallas.
Oh, this is out in Dallas.
Oh, yeah.
Frisco. Shout out
Yes,
iFLY Dallas. Yeah. So you're doing construction, and he's like, hey, man, we're hiring.
Yeah. And at the time, I was like, I need something new, something different.
Right.
And I was like, why not?
Right.
So I just moved out of the country, and I came back to the city.
Right on. You in the country?
I was. Oh, yeah.
What were you doing in the country?
I was just living.
Okay, where?
In East Texas, Canton, Texas.
Canton, Texas.
Yeah, where First Monday is. Yeehaw.
What's First Monday?
So pretty much people from all over the world bring different types of things to this one location, and they just sell it. You can find anything from dogs to samurai swords there.
Sick. Yeah, like swap meet, son. Yeah, I love
Literally,
swap meet, son.
they have everything that you can think of there.
We used to call those flea markets when I was little.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. I'm old, man. Yeah, so, okay. And you moved to Frisco? How did that feel? Or are you outside of Frisco?
I am in Little Elm, so it's like right next to Frisco.
Okay.
But coming back at first, it was a little rough getting used to all the traffic and not empty roads and bales of hay on the side of the road.
Right.
But there's a lot more traffic, so it took a little bit to get used to that.
But you were working in this big, shiny glass thing.
Oh, yeah. And I was just like, man, this is nuts.
What town are you from originally?
Forney.
So the country.
Back when I was living there, yeah.
Okay,
It's gotten more populated.
It's
getting
Texas?
It's going east. Not all the way east, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, not all the way. Yeah, Texas is big as
Yeah.
fuck. I just drove across it the other day.
Right?
We drove 9 hours north and we're still in Texas. 9 hours.
Damn.
Yeah, player, up to the Panhandle. That's how
Right?
it is.
He's still going.
Yeah. So anybody know? So no exposure to skydiving in Forney, or your boy's just doing it. So did you make any connection to skydiving when he said it, or was it just this? Because to you, it's just an indoor thing.
Right.
It's always been
right.
that before you made your jumps.
And I really never even thought about skydiving, really.
Was there any connection to skydiving? None.
Not right away.
So if they would have called it indoor body flight, it wouldn't have been any different to you, would it? Or do you think it would have caught on just the same? What do you think?
So honestly, I think indoor body flight might be a little bit more complex.
Copyrighted WazzyCircus copyright. God damn it, they're gonna take that shit.
Right. You gotta let them know, Waz.
Man, nah, they're gonna take it anyway.
But so I think iFLY indoor skydiving sounds a lot better and it looks better.
But it was skydiving.
Right.
But it's not skydiving.
Right. Indoor body flight might be a little different. Might take some getting used to.
Yeah. Yeah, they got it right. The
Yeah.
marketing.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're there.
Because it's appealing to the eye. Indoor iFLY or iFLY indoor skydiving, right? It's appealing to the eye. Somebody's
Yeah.
like indoor body flight. Like, what is that? Like,
Right. Indoor skydiving kind of appeals to your soul a little bit. Like skydiving.
Right? It's like, what?
What?
Yes, sir.
How was your FITP? FIT is a flight instructor training program or flight instructor training program.
Yeah,
whatever.
it was rough.
Yeah, who was your instructor?
I had Nolan and Dominic.
Dominic, where's Dominic from?
He's from Dallas.
He's from Dallas?
Yeah,
Okay.
he's been there for about 5 years.
Right on. Shout out Dom, shout out Nolan.
Crazy, man. Hey, that man is crazy. Dom is crazy in the tunnel.
Is he?
Both of them. Yeah.
Right on. Yeah, no, they're sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be seeing Nolan on that PUBG, baby. I see you there, dog.
Right?
I mean, watching your
He's
matches,
over here on
man.
Netflix now, too. Over here playing on shows and stuff.
Nolan is?
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
Right?
Good for you. That's awesome. Yeah, hell
But
yeah.
FITP was rough.
They drop bombs.
Hiroshima.
Son. So what that means is when you're training a new instructor to take your loved ones into the tunnel, we've got to simulate every possibility for somebody to get hurt as a trainer. So as a trainer, I've got to fly up really high and then come down really fast, and they've got to catch me no matter what. If you want your job, you better not let me hit the nets.
Gotta catch you.
You gotta catch
Gotta
him.
catch them all.
Now,
Pokemon.
I don't like the way the old school was completely because they beat the shit out of us, but they made us better instructors.
Right.
So like now I just want to teach you to be safe. That's what I want, and to be correct, and then I'll let these other cats drop bombs. I try not to drop bombs. They tell me I'm still dropping bombs, and I'm not dropping bombs, boys. I'm trying to tell you I'm slowing down. Son.
Right. From
I'm
back
hitting
then.
the brakes on you boys, man. They're like, oh, Waz. Like, no, don't Waz me, son, because I could just go to sleep on you and see what happens. Just,
Go to sleep.
See what happens. See how strong this net is today,
Right.
baby. El Paso. I'll see you boys in a week or two. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what was the hardest thing about? Because this is awesome to me. Because you have an athletic background.
Right.
You're a basketball player, football player, right? And then you're an athlete. So, being exhausted isn't going to be there for you. But you have zero flight experience. You know, you're walking into this new environment and you're your competitive edge, I'm sure it fucking helped you from your athletics.
Right. Oh, for sure, for sure.
But I mean, it's harder than that. I quit my FITP. I quit halfway on week 3, dog.
Mhm.
I mean, I was just like, I don't want this.
Yeah,
I don't
this
want
is
a
not
wrestling
what
match for fucking life, right? I was like, I don't want to wrestle people I'll go back to flicking drogues and shooting video and swooping.
right.
It was fine, right? You know, but yeah. So what was it most? Was it walking? Was it flying?
I would say honestly the most difficult thing was walking was definitely tough.
Explain why walking in the wind would be tough.
So you would think that you would want to walk and lean forward, right? But you don't, because it's going to do the opposite of what you think it's going to do. It's going to send you in the other direction. I hadn't fully grasped that concept yet. And
You're just leaning, right?
yeah,
Just
I'm just
leaning.
going for it. They're like,
Yeah.
no, lean backwards. I'm like, I'm trying. Like, no, you're leaning forward.
You're like, I'm strong though.
Right. They literally told me that. They said, you cannot muscle through this.
Yes, you're like,
I didn't
yes,
listen to him.
I can.
Feet getting blown out from under me. I'm upside down. Like, cut the wind. Cut the wind.
That's
And-
called a ghost kick, son. When
Right,
you get
it's-
blown out, you're like, bam.
I'm out of there. I was done. Waz.
Oh man, hey, walking in the wind, people, doing what these instructors at iFLY do is not easy. Do not kid yourself for 1 second, and
Right.
they're awesome at it. Walking in the wind is tough. It's counterintuitive. He said you want to lean forward because in life you lean forward to walk. In the tunnel, you lean forward, you get blasted backwards.
Dropping bombs.
and it's hard to trust. It's almost like doing a trust fall. Like, stand up right now and do a trust fall on your bed. You're still gonna get a little scared, right? Like, it's hard to stand there in the fall position and then like be comfortable with that shit,
Right, because you're at an angle. If it
in
feels
real
off.
life, you're off. It's over.
Yeah, you're
Right.
done.
Man, in my FITP, we were walking through Walmart's, like carving and shit around the corners, you know, shoes and shit. We had to get used to it, you know what I mean?
Right.
And man, it's the brothers that lean forward more. Winston Cook,
Yeah.
he was the worst. I tried to push him back. He's like, same thing. He's like trying to muscle it, and he would lean forward like really hard. Like, I got this.
Like, no, you don't got
All
this.
you gotta do is like tap his ankle. He's just gone off the glass, right? Man, shout out Winston Cook. We called him Density's child. Dog, he was so heavy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Man.
He just muscled around everything. He did, you know.
Relax.
Dog, that cat, he's a great instructor now, guys.
Yeah.
That cat was so scared because he had the same intro as you, like zero skydive experience.
Right.
He would crawl on the net to the door. If he fell. And his feet be flopping in the air and shit. He'd be like head down on the
Winston,
net.
stand up. I can't. I can't feel my legs.
It's my back.
Oh, shout out to Winston,
Shout out
man.
Winston Cook. Yeah. So you're in the wind. What was the breakthrough? Because I'm about to train these guys in a week. What was the breakthrough to help you lean back? Lean back. To relax back. Because that's what it is, kind of.
Yeah. I was trying to fight everything, and I was thinking about it too much.
Yeah.
But if you just turn your brain off, you know what I mean? I think maybe second week kind of started to pick it up. I
a
just stopped
4-week
thinking
program.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah, stop thinking about it.
And yeah, look, I turned the brain off. I was good to go, man.
Good to go, huh?
Yeah, it's just it's really just a mental process. If you can
Right.
break it down up here and simplify it to where you can understand it, you're good.
What helped you do that? How did you do that?
So there are times I would watch videos of myself walking in the wind,
Mm-hmm.
and I could tell that
Painful, ain't it?
yeah,
Video's painful.
Like
for
Bambi.
everybody, guys. You
Bambi.
gotta watch it. It's painful.
but yeah, it was rough. But I watched myself and I was like, I'm tired of looking like that. Right? It's time to move forward.
Right.
Because I kind of just got stuck in a straight line for a while. But I was like, all right, I need to do something to change that. 'Cause-
Video debriefs. Yeah.
And it was good. It was good. I had a breakthrough after realizing that, and I started paying more attention to what I was doing and started taking my time with things instead of trying to rush through it.
Right on. Yeah, encourage these guys to take your time. I mean, you gotta learn it. and you're learning new instincts,
Right. Oh yeah, for sure.
new like reactions and muscle twitches and shit.
You gotta
Right?
catch people if they fall.
Right.
As
And
now.
the only way to catch them is if you're there to catch them.
Right.
So
right.
if you can't see what's happening before it happens and act like Superman and fly across the fucking world and catch
Right.
this damsel, dog, they're gonna hit the net. They're gonna bounce.
And it's crazy because you have to see it before it happens.
You gotta know way before it happens.
Yeah, and it's like
Isn't that nuts?
you guys train us to do that.
Isn't that nuts?
It's
So
like you're
nuts.
predicting what's gonna happen, and then it happens, and you're already ready for it.
Yeah, I tell my students to write the book, don't read the story.
Right.
If you're reading it, you're behind. You know what I mean? You got to see what's going on before it happens and like intervene. Same thing with base jumping, man. If you wait till the parachute's out to look up to see if you're good, you're fucking behind. You have to have enough jumps to know that the harness is pulling this way. I'm not going to get in that. Anyway, so you're at the tunnel for a year before you skydive.
Right.
And there's a huge skydive population
It is gigantic.
in Dallas.
Yeah.
And what took a year? Did they accept you? What did you feel about the skydivers? This new environment, these
oh.
fucking clowns in funny suits and shit.
They're definitely crazy, that's for sure.
Yeah, well, yeah, circus clowns. I'm not kidding.
Skydivers are
WazzyCircus,
nuts.
baby.
Skydivers are
Those are the
nuts.
clowns.
But they had been trying to get me to do it, but I was just like, yeah, I'll get around to it. I
Right.
don't
So
know.
yeah,
maybe.
Pun was your videographer.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you're in
yeah.
this. You're in the game. You're in the tunnel instructor
Right.
circle.
Yeah, and a bunch of the skydivers had always come up to the tunnel and everything, so I just became real cool with them. Now we're all real tight,
Right.
and it's dope. And it's like I'm part of the family now. You know what I mean?
Right.
And man, that's a great feeling.
Had you gone to the drop zone before your tandem?
I have not.
No.
Nope. So I just kind of just
Like,
went
you
out
didn't
there.
go with anybody. Would you make an appointment? You call and make an appointment. You just said I'm going to DZ.
I just showed up and was like,
How
hey.
did this happen? Like you didn't just fucking show. What happened? Like a week before, somebody told you something. Or just
So,
the night before.
But yeah, so
People just don't go skydiving, man.
I mean, they might.
If there's a reason.
So I actually ended up going skydiving because everyone was like, man, dude, you really need to try it. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Oh, I know what everybody said to you.
Right.
What was the moment that made Elijah get out of bed that morning, the night before? Why did you go to bed with skydiving on your soul the next day? What was the decision that's it? What was the line? What was the moment that you, because I remember mine.
Well,
It was stupid, but I remember mine.
so I guess the moment that hit me was actually 2 days before. We were at the tunnel, and we were talking about jumping, and everybody was like talking about all the stuff
Who you
that they're
talking
gonna
to?
do.
Who? Do you remember?
Kathy. I was
Okay.
also talking to Tyler
Okay.
and Eric. Yep, Skina Bina.
Yeah.
uh,
Hey, those cats work at Dallas?
Yeah,
Spaceland?
right.
No, they work
no,
at Spaceland also?
They,
No, they just jump.
yep, they're just jumpers.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Yeah.
And we always talk about how we're gonna plan these jumps and stuff because we have such good tunnel chemistry from always flying together.
Yeah, I was watching
Right.
you guys today.
Yeah.
That
So
was today, right? No, that was last night.
yeah, last night.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah, it was in the 3-way, 4-way VFS kind of
yeah, just kind of freestyle, you know, flies the lines.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I was like, all right, that's it. I got to put this play into action.
But you didn't tell them?
I told a few of them.
Okay, so they knew you were the
Yeah, some of them did. I told my mom like right after I did it. She's like,
After
what?
you did it. Smart,
Right? Yeah.
Smart. That's the only way to do it.
But yeah, and then so I was like, I have to put this play into action,
Right.
and then here soon we're all gonna be jumping together.
Right, yeah, yeah. So you're driving out there. It's White Wright, Texas. It's
Middle of nowhere.
Way the hell out there, dog. You were just at the end of it. You're like, I'm done. And you're about to turn around.
Oh yeah, because I was so nervous because I was overthinking it. I was like, man, what if I don't make it down? What if my
What if I don't make it down?
well,
What if I get stuck up there?
right? What if my TI is like, man, this is the day I'm not pulling. Right, so it's just like
all that, everything.
right,
Yeah.
yeah. So, and that was it. I was gonna turn around, but then I decided not to because I was already so close.
Right. Yeah. Because you looked at the GPS, it was right down that cornfield.
Right, yeah. I was like,
around dirt
right.
road.
turn left right here.
Like,
Ain't
are
no
you
road.
sure? Ain't no road.
Jack and the Beanstalk out here.
Yeah, you're like,
man.
"Is that a goddamn-" so like, did you watch any videos before you didn't watch like the malfunction videos and stuff, did you? Did you do all that? Why do people do that?
So not on purpose. So we were actually me, Kathy, our friend Chris, we were all hanging out watching some skydiving videos.
Right.
And we're watching the
You're
good
around
ones.
jumpers all the time.
We're watching,
right?
yeah, right,
Yeah.
all the time. So it's
Yeah.
like I had to jump.
Yeah,
But so we're all watching skydiving videos and stuff, and this one just happens to pop up on the up next, right?
Right. Yeah, he's like, oh shit.
I'm like, look, yeah.
How'd that make you feel, man?
Super nervous actually.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was like, I'm still gonna do it.
Right.
Right. I mean, I'm still gonna jump, but it just put thoughts in my head like, dang, that's crazy.
So you pull up in that dirt parking lot. You walk in that big red building. You're filling out your waiver.
Oh yeah, I'm looking around. I start to see a few of my friends that are there.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Right.
That changes
Oh
everything.
man,
They're happy to see
I was
you.
like,
what a great place, huh?
right, sweating
Yeah.
and stuff before I went in, but then I started seeing my friends there. I was like, I'm good. I'm good.
Are you head down at this point?
Yes.
This is the future, fuckers. Listen to me. These cats are coming, man. My kids are coming, son. These cats are already flying 4-way VFS before their first skydive.
Yeah. Little shredders.
No, you.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, my kids. Wittenbergs, the world don't even, I don't know what's going to happen. These tunnels have changed the game.
Oh.
Listen, man.
Yeah.
Listen, man. It takes us a century to learn how to fly head down in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
It takes everything you've got and 6-7 years, if with no tunnel time. 3 years, I don't know, man. It took me a long time. Or it's going to cost you a fortune to what you've got right now. And the thing is, these cats don't even know how fucking sweet they got it, man.
It was different back then.
It's just life. Yeah, I fly. Oh, what, sit fly? Dog, it was so fucking hard to learn from 8.5 out of this little Cessna on Sunday afternoon. Right? You guys are hopping in. That's crazy, Eli. That's crazy. So progression goes, Dallas is rocking, you guys are busy. How's your high flight training?
Starting off, it was a little rough.
The reason I'm asking these questions is because brothers can't fly, man. Like, it's tough for us a little bit.
Right,
You see
right,
it? Like,
right.
black people come in. I'm not, I know my people, man. My sister.
Right, I'm telling you.
My family. Woo! We come, like, oh, come on, man. It's like that panic thing.
Right.
We panic.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Can't breathe. It's over. It's over right now with my mama. Mama said, mama. Yeah, that shit's fucked up.
Yeah,
man.
it
I had it
is.
too. Everybody, we deal with that. Like, it's real. And like the instructor, my boys, they're like, oh hell, they know I'm cool. Like, so they're like,
Right.
oh man, this family, they fresh out of church shoes on, suits and shit.
Right,
going to
I'm like,
fly.
y'all came up
chubby
here to
kids.
fly?
Like,
They must have got lost.
yeah, it's that's our environment. Though.
Right,
It's not-
it is.
Why aren't there more of us flying? Wait. Let's go back. Why is it? What is that? What is that? Because it's not just black folks though. It's the Indians. White kids
Yeah.
do it too.
Yeah.
It's just that panic is more prevalent in us, or there's just less of us that come in and all of them got it. I don't know how that works. But
Right. But see,
Wait.
I don't understand that. I have yet to figure that equation out. I'm still calculating.
like, what is this? Because I wish I could break it in the class, and I try to be real. I look them dead in the eyes, like, look.
It's going to be tough
You're-
on you.
You're
It's going to be tough on you.
all right. You're gonna be okay. I swear to God, you can be.
Right. Look, just.
Oh.
You'd be like,
Oh,
is he hyperventilating?
Oh, and they look right. Oh, I feel so bad for him, man.
Eyeballs about to pop out their head.
Oh man, drool so bad. You're like, player.
Like,
Just,
relax.
Hey, just come up. Hey man, I had this one lady. I turned the wind all the way off, like to like 5, and she was still in full panic mode on the net, dude, like a fish out of water, dog. And like I looked at the driver, I was like, "Hey!" I opened my helmet, I was like, "Hey, it's off."
You're okay.
You're okay. Oh. Yeah.
Now you done did all that.
You know, you gonna look at me like I'm wrong. Why they would come
Why
here?
did you
no
tell
way.
me it was off? Can you not feel it not blowing anymore?
Goodness. But please come back and fly with us. We love you guys. No, but like, let's grow it. How do we grow it? Because look, when I started skydiving, I thought I was the only brother alive for a while.
Right.
And then I was like, no, I'm wrong. Every drop zone's got one or two of us around, man. And then Team Black Star Instagram, Team Black Star Skydivers. Do you know Team Black Star?
I do
gotta get you
not.
hooked up, man. You'd be good on that circuit.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of black skydivers and white skydivers. It's just a bunch of skydivers, man. But it's like an ethnic group, right? That kind of bounce around and go to boogies and try to represent and give out patches and do like anybody that jumps with them gets a Black Star patch. And you're Team Black Star.
Right.
It's pretty cool, man. It's pretty cool.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah. So, man, we're out there. Us that are in it, passionately in love, changed my life.
Right.
How do you feel about that?
Man, I'm telling you, it's a whole new world
You
for
haven't
me.
even started jumping.
Right, and I've only done 2 tandems, and it's already a whole new world for me.
So, man, wait till you go on these road trips and lose yourself at a drop zone for a month.
Right, you like, man, where did time go?
It's a crazy thing, man. Yeah, how do we get more people into that?
We just gotta spread the word.
How?
And show proof.
Keep making videos, putting out content.
Yeah, I mean that's really it. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, because you didn't know. You didn't pursue it. It was kind of handed to you.
Right.
We didn't know it existed.
Exactly.
I didn't know
I was
either.
like,
Shout out Aaron Necessary for giving me my shot, Axel Zolman. Because, like, without those guys, I wouldn't have known. I wouldn't have got in either.
right.
Yeah, man. So, first tandem, you land. Is that the video we had? Is that there right there? Is that your first tandem?
Yeah.
Look.
You gotta get hyped, baby.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well,
Look. I was supercharged.
what's going through your head, man?
I can't believe I just did that shit.
Right.
And I made it to the ground.
Right.
But,
and you're safe.
And I'm safe. But another thing that went through my head is, can I do my next one now?
Right, immediately.
Right. Can I do that one now?
Right.
And man, it was great. It was great.
How soon was it till you did your second?
Couple weeks,
Couple weeks.
like a week or two. I ended up having to leave the drop zone early that day, but I got right back out there as soon as I could.
Okay. And on that second, you did the working tandem, the altitude,
Yeah.
3 touches.
Oh
altitude
yeah. Oh
change.
yeah.
So your first skydive will be similar to that, and then it'll change after that. It's pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
so
already changed, man. I was going ham on the first and second one.
I mean, like, no, the jumping progression will
Right,
change.
right.
But were you cognizant of the altitude when you were checking it as a tandem, or are you just looking at this dial and saying, I see something?
So luckily mine was digital, right? So
Okay.
yeah, it's counting everything. Bam. And I was like, okay, cool. The first jump, I mean, I'd look at it every now and then. Sometimes I'd be like, oh, I need to look at it. But on
Right.
the second one, I was more aware. I'm like, okay, let me check this so I know when to pull.
Was it on your right hand on your second jump? No, it was on your left hand. It should have been on your left hand.
It might have been on my left hand.
Yeah.
You know, it was because I was sitting next to the window and I kept doing
Yeah,
this.
that's your left.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
Reason being, and remember this for the rest of your skydive career, when you start mounting GoPros and shit all over your body, never have anything on the right side of your body, your right shoe, your right leg, your right anything,
Right.
because when you deploy your pilot chute on the right side of your body, that bridle could wrap around something. The bridle's the thing that holds the little parachute.
Yeah.
Right, and that causes a malfunction because you have a fucking GoPro. But guess what? You'll get the shot. You'll get the shot.
Yeah,
and your
you'll get
dumbass
it.
Getting fucking wrapped up. Now, not dumbass is something amazing. So, do you know what Join the Team is? Join the Team.
I do not.
I love skydiving.org. Jointheteam.com. Shout out to Andrew Revis. I think that's how I say his name. Super cool cat. Has a website. Skydivers send in their malfunction and bad videos to him,
Right,
all right?
right.
They're called Friday Freakouts, and we have a segment on the show where we feature a Friday Freakout and talk about it, right? So you'll see it on the screen right there, man. Jointheteam.com. Andrew, So this one is fucking badass, and we're gonna have to watch it a couple times. Okay, it's an AFF jump. Everything's going good. The student heads up. He waves off. Yellow jumpsuit, yellow. Okay, he deploys. The bridle wraps around the main side instructor's GoPro. He rips his helmet off. The parachute deploys. Now they're showing slow-mo of the bridle wrapping around the GoPro. Ain't that a bitch? Now here we go. This brings up a couple things, guys, peoples. You think your GoPro's not a snag hazard because it's not a giant cannon? Bullshit. Watch this vid, right? Thing is, it's a snag hazard, okay?
That's crazy.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah. Oh, his whole helmet gone.
Right. So there's a couple things going on. This is an amazing video, you guys. Look it up, especially AFFIs. Man, AFFIs. This is something amazing to watch. These boys, I need to get their names. Okay, great jump. Videographer is on the reserve side, and he gets the whole shot. The wave off, the deployment, boom, the GoPro goes around him. Couple things he could have done. He could have shadowed the arm better or been out of the way, but no big deal. Helmet comes off, the student's gone. What happens is the main side instructor has the helmet cutaway, it looks like. So there's a safety cutaway on your helmet that you can just pull just in case that exact thing happens, okay? And look, if you look, he's pulling under his chin. He yanks on it, pow, it goes free, and it goes away with the parachute. I've heard about this happening before, but it's happened on old school helmets that had a giant camera on top and a giant camera on the side.
Yeah.
So now,
I've seen those.
because we don't jump those as much anymore because of the GoPro technology, people think they're safe. It's not true. It's not true. Can we watch it one more time, Mama? I want to see something else. I don't know if you guys have noticed who have watched this shit. This is the most amazing part. Okay. At this sequence right here, okay, you're low. You're 5'5". That student's solid. They're about 5,000 feet. They got time, but it's coming down to where safety is going to become a hazard in about 8 seconds.
Right.
Okay? And that means in that 8 seconds, the students got to get clear. Both instructors got to get out of there, deploy their parachutes, and then land safely.
Right.
Okay? It's called the dance after 6,000 feet, right? It's coming. This is going down. This is when the shit happens. Okay? Your mind is racing. You want that pilot chute to go when that student deploys, because a lot of times they won't grab it. Anything could happen at pull time, right? And when in my experience, when I saw the hand go back, they grab the pilot chute and they let it go. It's time to turn and go away and get clear to the student and get your parachute open. Okay?
Right.
That's all you're thinking about, okay? The USPA has trained us to stay honed in and not let go of the student until they have a canopy out. Now, there are lazy instructors. Not lazy guys. There are guys that don't do that. There are policies that don't require them to do that, okay? It saved my ass with some students. It's called the ride-through. I always ride through with the fucking person, man, right? They paid you to do this, right? Ride through with them.
Right.
These guys are amazing. The guy on the, let's do it one more time. The guy on the main, okay, he gets wrapped up. The guy on the reserve side, watch the instructor on the reserve side, okay? Boom. He grabs the bridle so the pin doesn't deploy, so the other instructor has the time to disconnect his helmet. Look, if he didn't have that bridle in his hand, right, the canopy would have came out and ripped his freaking neck off, right? That is badass. That's badass.
That's a great instinct right there. Right.
That's over the top. Good show, boys. Yeah. So what are you scared of going solo? Because it's going down. It's coming. And shit happens. That was a perfect skydive. They weren't on their back spinning, were they? Was that student freaking out and swimming?
No.
Was everybody calm?
Yeah.
And shit went to shit. So I tell my students, sometimes you look up and shit has happened. Not that shit happens. It's happened, bro. It's right there.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
right.
What are your biggest fears going into your next solo?
Honestly, worrying about my chute opening okay when I pull.
Okay.
Right? Like not getting tangled up or anything like that. But I trust that I'm going to get the proper training to stay calm and know what to do in those situations.
Right on. So it will get tangled up. It's called a line twist. It's going to twist up. And it's going to untwist like a swing. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes it doesn't. Right? But that's not a big deal. Right? Malfunctions are very rare on student gear. You're going to be fine.
Right.
It's when you get your own shit, right? When you go off of the nice Spaceland fucking Cadillacs, you're flying out there.
Right.
And you buy a little fucking Datsun hoopty because all you have is a couple of G's for a parachute.
Right.
That's what you worry about. Malfunctions, dog. Not student gear.
Right.
Especially not Spaceland gear. You know what I mean? That shit's like you can't even afford that shit.
Right.
They got, you know what I mean? You couldn't buy anything better. So yeah, you should have confidence in that. That's a good fear though. Because the fear of flight doesn't even fucking register you.
Right.
Isn't that crazy, ladies and gentlemen?
That's wild. That's
because you've been flying for how many hours? Who knows how many hours?
right.
You got.
So it's like I'm not afraid to fly.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Ask any other person. It's the fear of the falling. Parachute, they don't even consider it a thing, even though it's the best part.
Right.
They're like, oh yeah, parachute, whatever.
Flying the canopy down.
I'm gonna fall to earth. I'm falling. That's the best. That's easy, right?
It's mind blowing.
How's your experience in the door? What do you think about the door on your exit? Like the door opens and all these fucking people start. Wait, tandems go up first in Dallas? No, they go out last.
Yeah. So we had a couple people that were jumping, and so on my first one, we had a couple people that were jumping in front of us. Kathy was actually one of them. And I think the other one was Todd. They were jumping, so the door pops open. I'm like, okay, shit's getting real. So I see them jump out like one after another, and you hear the wind, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, oh shit, this is happening, and it was like you've seen movies where they jump out of planes and do crazy stuff, but it happened in front of my face. So I'm like, I'm next, right? So we get up. He's like, walk to the door. I'm over here just inching my way along. He's like, no, all the way. So I finally get my feet hanging off. And he was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? We're going 1, 2, 3, let's go. So boom, we count it and we jump. I tense up, reach for the plane. I was like, man, I can't get back in the plane. But then I just relaxed after that, and I was good.
Sure.
Right.
I haven't seen one tunnel instructor leave the plane correctly on their first jump ever.
I mean, I arched a little bit.
Man, you reach for the fucking plane. Hey, Nick Rito, shout out Nick Rito. Nick Rito kind of reached for the plane and freaked out too. He kind of froze up and fell on his back. He's the biggest shredder in the world, man.
Right.
That's funny, man. Yeah. Hey, that fear is real. I don't give a fuck how much skill you got and how much training you got. That exit is hard.
It's always there.
The door, man.
And then I've had people tell me about riding the hill down.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah. You'll learn the hill.
Like, yeah.
No. Right on. So, what is your perspective of the sport? As of where it stands, 2 tandems, you're about to get into it, tunnel instructor. This whole world's about to open up in front of you.
I don't know, man. It's just a whole different world. Like, I'm opening up a new chapter in my life to make some memories, get to meet some dope people, get to do some travels, you know, where they have jams across states. Like, they just had that boogie in Arizona that they just went to. And I'm like, man, you guys are traveling, jumping out of planes, meeting random people. They got to jump with Jeff Provenzano.
Yeah, Super Provenzano. Yeah,
right,
I love Jeff Provenzano, man.
They got to jump with him, and I was like, man, that's crazy.
That is crazy. Red Bull Air Force. Shout out to Red Bull Air Force.
I cannot wait. I'm stoked.
So what's gonna happen is you got to come back on in a couple months after you got like 100 jumps.
Right,
like midsummer.
They're gonna be like, man,
and we're gonna talk about what the fuck has happened to you. Cool,
man.
Elijah, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me, Abe. Skiing on, being on. I appreciate you having me out here, man.
No doubt, man. Yo, WazzyCircus Radio. Keep your head on a swivel and hook that shit, baby. Learn how to skydive. It'll change your life. It saved mine. Peace. Boom.
Yeah, let's go!